most of his jokes were actually with the downtrodden. Most of his jokes were actually with those that were overlooked. And most of those jokes were with people that others would not even have conversations with, right? So you find with Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, for example. Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was a young man who did not have the best appearance, who did not have a tribe, who did not have anyone to really uplift him in that society. The Prophet ﷺ would always joke with Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So he'd make sure to point out Zahir in the gathering, and he'd tell a joke with Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He'd inflate the importance of Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And one time the Prophet ﷺ even goes to the marketplace, and in this beautiful story, the Prophet ﷺ, he grabs Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he starts to scream, "Man yashtari hadha al-abd, man yashtari hadha al-abd, man yashtari hadha al-abd." Who's going to buy this one from me? Who's going to buy this slave? Who's going to buy this slave? And Zahir radiallahu anhu did not know that it was the Prophet ﷺ behind him. So he said that when I knew it was the Prophet ﷺ, I didn't fight back so I could get the barakah of his closeness sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I just submitted myself to the Prophet ﷺ, carrying me and holding me and laughing with me. And then the Prophet ﷺ, as he was doing that, Zahir was so down on himself that Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, "Ya Rasulullah, who would want to buy me anyway? Even if I was a slave for sale, who would want to buy me? Who would want me anyway?" And the Prophet ﷺ turns Zahir radiallahu ta'ala anhu around, and he looks at him and he says, "Walakinnaka 'inda Allahi ghal." You are priceless in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who do you think you are, right? You're an amazing person. You are priceless in the sight of Allah. So his jokes were with the downtrodden sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His jokes showed you that he was paying attention sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was establishing a relationship with you at such an intimate level, even if others were not even having conversations with you.